Black culture, that's all it is. You
It's
get
one
period.
thing.
It's one. They ain't dissected nothing. If you're not born with what you're born with, or you like somebody of the same sex, it's just gay. And there is no what is the words? There is no mixing between the two. There is no culture difference. There, I mean, what am I looking for, Bonnie? There is no trans or bisexual.
Yeah,
It's
there's
all
not a sexual orientation and gender identity. It's
yes,
all the same. Yeah.
it's all the same. So
Yeah.
and I have friends in the Black culture that now come to me with asking me things about, well, why is it this way, and why do gay people behave this way? And I think the biggest part of it is because we don't have enough, or from what I'm hearing, from what I've heard, is that Black men, we don't have enough Black men in the world. I'm trying to put that right. We don't have enough of Black men to be father figures as it is, much less be identified as queer.
Because
I
queer
think I
people
said
don't
that
have
right.
kids.
Then that the white society has cultured the Black male to want to wear dresses, to be effeminate, to wear skirts and things like that. That is what I have heard, that, the white man has taken the masculinity out of the African American culture. I'm just going to say that because that's what I'm comfortable with. The Black culture. So I've heard a lot of that coming up, and I know from my sister, she speaks very strongly of that. I love my sister, you know what I mean, and she loves me for who I am, but she strongly feels that is a lot of what happened to gay men in our culture. Is that it was learned behavior. And then I've been molested as well, as a child too. So, and then there's the down low culture, and that I have friends that are Black men that sleep with trans girls, but will not identify as either bisexual, gay, or any of the other. I mean, have you heard of that?
Oh yeah, down
Is that
low. Yeah.
not just in the Black culture? Is that?
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not in the, like. I think there's a similar. I think for me, it's like I don't want to take away from, like, because I think there's a unique experience that you have. But I think, but I hear some similarities in the sense of, like, like I grew up to my dad always talking about how he beat up fairies. And so, like, I kind of understand that idea and getting censored, not to equate it, but then also, like, I don't think it's like widely accepted to be gay or queer or trans even, you know what I mean? Like within some parts of society, I guess, you know what I mean? And so, like, I understand in general, there's more of a openness, or there's probably more white people who are living queer or whatever, and so there's like more representation, you know what I mean, like that sort of thing. So it feels a little like there's at least some places where it might feel a little bit more isolating for folks who are non-white, and really I think finding community,
Yeah. And another part of it is the church. You flat out cannot go to church and say you gay, because it is highly frowned upon in a Baptist church to identify as gay, and it's talked about a lot, and it's just scandalized. So
even though
it's
there's
difficult.
even
It's
though
been
there's a
difficult.
lot of gays in the church, right? They just don't talk about it.
Oh, child, they've been saved, so it don't.
It don't matter.
Child, they've been saved. So and then, but then that gets into I'm not. You know what? I hate to try to put people in a class. You know what I mean? But I know some sisters that's in the church that's married to some sisters that have children, but yet they go to church on Sunday and then they tipping in them streets on Saturday night. So and you hear the stories about them. You know, there's some celebrities that are in the limelight about being in this culture. And let me tell you, honey, they will be canceled immediately had some hardcore evidence comes out, if
Mm.
that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It does make sense. And how has it been like, I guess, and to take it a little further, how has it been, I guess, to be Black within the trans community? Maybe? I don't know, like, because you have like, you're holding like two different intersections that that can, you know, that creates marginalization. And so that I'm sure is like,
Honey.
right. Well, just in the sense of like, you're like a Black person with trans people, and then with Black folks, you're the trans person in the ways of like trying to, in the ways that we separate each other.
Mhm.
And so, like, I guess, how do you, I don't know, I guess that's a lot of what this is about, is you kind of speaking about that a little bit, right?
Yeah. Predominantly in the trans culture, my sisters are fierce. You know, and I can honestly be very proud of my trans sisters in the community, because them sisters are strong. You know, they may say, you know, oh, you queer, but baby, we still have that man in us. You know what I'm saying? We still have to have that, because we had to fight all our lives. Like Oprah would say, all my life I had to fight.
Yeah, yeah.
So in actuality, just being able to express that softness and endure that femininity, but yet don't forget that I'm still a Black man in my heart. You know
Mm,
what? If that makes
yeah,
sense. Does that make sense? I know who I am,
right,
and I embrace my femininity. So some people just can't see that.
right, right. Well,
You
and
either
some,
have to be this or that.
yeah, and some people are gonna, no, regardless of how you think about yourself or whatever, they're gonna see you as a man,
Hmm.
and so they're gonna treat you like a man,
Hmm.
and you have to be able to
Yeah,
like defend yourself or respond to that or be able to hold your own.
right. Everybody, I think that I'll give you an example. Today at work, um, there's some things happening. People are getting awards, and you know, I hustle my butt off. And it's not only because I'm good at my job. I do it because I've never been given an opportunity to say I'm proud of you in public. I've
Hmm.
never gotten that opportunity to say good job, Daphne. And I'm not gonna really say there's been a, you know, I'm not gonna say never, but you know, once or two times. But this team that I'm on, that I absolutely adore, I really want to make an impact on this team. And I've done so much in the 3 years that we've started this team. And I have rarely even gotten a pat on the back, or it seems like any little thing that I try to do, it's just not noticed.